Okay, let's do the homework. According to our text, how many number divisions are there to divide seeds? That makes sense. I guess so. It made sense in my head. What are those numbers? Stanley's right. 4. What are they, Stanley?
4个。
4个。对。
对。
什么？
Somebody help.
There's outer.
No. Number divisions. What are the numbers?
Yeah. How many divisions are there? Yeah.
I made it really simple.
Yeah.
4 ways to divide into 4.
No. There's 2 ways to divide into 4.
There's 4 numbered groups. How many in each group?
4.
No.
That's the last 2 groups.
2 of
How
them are
about the
4.
first group?
The other 2 are.
Take me to your people.
I tried to make the homework easy. I failed. The other 2 are 3 and 6.
Yeah. Starts with 6, goes to 3, and then 2 sets of 4. Yep.
Okay. Maybe this one will be better. What is the way of dividing them into 6? This is your answer, Tim. Go for it.
So it's outer.
Yep.
And there's 2 kinds of unclear ones.
Which we're unclear about.
Exactly. There's ones that let's see, one can be deceptive seeds.
Yep.
They're outer, and then inner ones that are ultimate.
Yay! Perfect. Beautiful. Amazing. And last question, and this is the Tibetan. What text does Jason Kappa use to back up his thoughts on the ways to divide seeds, and what are their authors? This is significant because this is basically the text Jason Kappa uses for most everything in this book. So
Mahayana Sangraha.
Yeah, who wrote that one? What's it in Tibetan?
Asanga.
Yeah.
What is it in Tibetan? I mean, Lord Maitreya wrote it, and then Master Asanga wrote it down.
No.
No?
It's not one of the 5 books.
Oh, it's just Master Asanga.
Yep.
A summary of the greater way.
Tibetan.
Tekpa Chimpo Dupa.
Yeah.
Ooh, hot. You're hot.
Dode Gyen, Ornament of the Sutras?
No, that's a different book. Yeah.
Oh, no, I thought also, because it says texts.
Yeah, we have another 2 texts. That's not one of them. But
Oh, yeah. Then we have 2 commentaries to Mahayana Sangraha.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I understand.
Let's see. Tekpa Chimpo Dupa Shejar.
That's the second one.
Yeah.
Lopungenyen Sumpango Nimepa is the author.
Yeah, Noni Mepa. And then one of the last one. The author's actually disputed on the last one, but it's probably this person that you all know. Stanley definitely knows him. So Gang's getting to know him pretty well.
Big hints.
Subandhu?
Yeah, Subandhu. Yeah. Okay. And the text name, maybe from someone's notes? Maybe not.
Dun Sangwan Namparchewa Du Te Shepa.
Whoa, perfect answer.
Yeah. Dunsang is usually what it's called. It's just the secret.
30 verses.
30 verses, a different book. Here we go. The explanation. I think this is our provisional probable
Yeah,
name.
it's very likely Niswa Baba. Yeah, that's very likely his name. There's not many other translations of that word. Yeah.
And my homeworky thingy that I did kind of well.
Oh my gosh, this is hard. Actually, it's quite. Let me see. You could do.
I changed it like 7 times. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. It's all good.
Mm.
It's just the Dorduna means, to put it briefly, you could divide it into 3, or you could divide it into 4. You should view it
Oh.
as being something you can divide into 3, or you should view it as something you can divide into 4. Okay. Okay, but you did a good job. Otherwise, I was looking over your text again because I apologize for the last class. I thought I did not do a good job in the last class, your last class, and this sentence is a quotation, and he doesn't tell you. Okay.
I saw your notes that it was a quote.
Yeah. So I've been working on it steadily. It's a hard section. It's a really hard section. Okay, but you did a good job on it. Yeah.
Okay, so the whole thing is.
Oh, let me check the second part.
Okay.
Number 2. The way in which divide seeds into 3 or 3 distinct numbers. Okay. Number 2 be the seeds persistent and the seeds which are linked with the those are 3. Good, not bad. Not bad. Yeah. Now just one comment. Seeds cannot perceive. So you got to say seeds for perceiving. You see what I mean?
Yeah. I had something like that before too.
Yeah. Okay. Good. That's all.
Okay.
And yeah. Okay.
It would be the same for the other ones, right?
Uh,
Because they're not mental verbalizations either, are they?
That's correct. Yeah. Seeds for mental verbalization, or they're actually seeds which are. We're gonna talk about it. You might want to say relating to verbalization or something. That's a cheap way to get out of it. And Chedaki so means the seeds can be divided according to these 3 characteristics. Okay, that's all.
But maybe a seed could be a link for suffering life. I mean,
we're going to talk about it.
Yeah,
it's a huge discussion. It'll take us a long time to get through these 3. Okay, it's a very difficult subject, but Word did a perfect job on it so far. Okay, it's perfect. Okay.
Genla.
And again, it smells like a quotation, doesn't it?
Well, it's got Shepa Tarsuno there, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be like before that's the end of the quote?
Yeah.
And this is saying this quote says the 3 are like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Ken.
Yep.
I was struggling with Chejaki Nampa. You said characteristics is more accurate.
Well, boy, this is going to be a difficult section, but basically, the 3 seeds here are named from particulars, chedoks of Kunshi.
Oh, so I tried aspects too. So would aspects be better?
Aspects is not bad, but the point of the word chedok here is that Kunshi is divided into 3 parts. Is divided according to 3 into 3 characteristic types, and seeds. The division of the seeds follows from the divisions of the kunshis. So 3 kunshis, 3 chedoks, 3 particular types of kunshi are recognized, and therefore there's 3 kinds of seeds which created them. Okay, so it's a backwards thing. And it's not evident from this quotation yet. Okay. But we'll get to it. Okay. These three divisions of seeds are based on three different parts of kunshi.
Okay.
And then that's a long story. Okay. And this is a very difficult section. Okay. Yeah, but you did a good job on the translation. Yeah.
Yay, I get it.
Yay.
Yeah, you did a very good job on the translation. Okay. All right, let's go have some suffering together.
Okay.
Your class should be in the morning. It's a hard one. But I guess it's morning in Asia.
It's morning. It's always morning somewhere.
Morning somewhere.
Okay, you gotta turn off your screen sharing, Dr. Wood.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Fasten your seatbelts.
Woohoo.
I'm not satisfied with these 6, and I want to go through them. I want to go through them one more time. Okay.
Okay.
So the first one is super easy. When you divide seeds into 6, there's outer seeds, which is physical seeds in the world, like rice seeds, wheat seeds, stuff like that. Okay, that's easy. That's the only easy part. Then there's inner seeds, like the seed part of the kunshi, of the foundation consciousness. Okay, that's clear. Then there's, Sugang made a very valuable contribution last time. Then there's the 2 unclear types, okay? And there's a huge discussion about what are the 2 kinds of unclear seeds, or what does that mean? And we're going to talk about that later, okay? And then look how far down we have to go. There's number 5, as Tim pointed out, and I don't know how Tim remembers all this stuff. Deceptive seeds, okay? By the way, when we're on the subject of deceptive seeds, what's the ultimate deception in the mind-only school?
Isn't there like 4 of them?
But just generally, based on the mind-only school's description of the Gakcha,
I would say the most famous
Outside?
one is Stanley. Quiet. The most famous one is you think things aren't just manifestations of the kunshi.
yeah, but who did Stanley say outside objects? I don't know.
Yeah, he said words.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking for. Okay. So when you say deceptive seeds, it's probably going to be seeds for outside objects, for things to appear as outside. Okay, like blue, or like a microphone, or like computer, or stuff like that, a cell phone. The seeds that created those. Okay, got it?
Yep.
Those are called deceptive. They're not what they seem. And then everything else is Dendambe seed means inner seeds that are creating the blue. Okay, the actual inner seeds. Okay, so that's okay. Now, I was really, I don't know, I got frustrated, and I want to review these 6. Okay, here we are. The first thing to say is that this list is not a real list. It's all mishmash. It's not like there's 6 different kinds. They cross over. There's 3 different crossovers, 4 or 5 different crossovers. It's not that there's 6 different kinds here. And it's not that one is general, one is more specific. They're all mixed up.
Yeah.
And it makes it hard. Okay. So outer is clear. Those are physical seeds.
Right.
Inner is clear. Those are the ones in your storehouse consciousness. Okay.
Yeah.
Then there's two kinds of karmically neutral seeds, okay? They're unclear because they're unspecified. And lung mat ten means they were never clarified. So it doesn't mean they can't be seen clearly or something like that. It means Buddha never made it clear. They're neutral, they're karmically neutral. And we can't call them on either side of the fence. Are they creating samsara or are they creating enlightenment? It's unclear, okay? They don't really do either, okay? And then there's a second kind of unclear seeds. They're also karmically neutral, and they're between good deeds and bad deeds, okay? Okay, they're not good deeds and they're not bad deeds, all right? Then there's the fake seeds, the seeds for things being fake. That's easy. Any seed for an outside object is called a fake seed because what it creates is mistaken for outside. Okay, got it? You guys okay so far? It's awfully quiet. Hello?
Yeah,
Okay.
I follow.
Okay, good. And then there's ultimate seeds, okay, which is easy. Any seed that's not creating an outer object, if you want to say it simply, okay. Now these are all messed up. They all overlap each other. Then you get more trouble. There are two commentaries to the Mahayana Sangraha. By the way, the Mahayana Sangraha is the one where these six are presented by a Sangha, okay? And this is, by the way, I did study it, and Nick, I think somebody mentioned, it is not one of the 5 books of Maitreya, so sorry. It's by a Sangha himself, okay? And as Word noted, the first commentary, which is called Secret Meaning, is probably not by Master Vasubandhu, according to the author of the catalog to the Derge Tengyur, who was a smart guy. And we don't know who the author was. And then Shejar, this other commentary on Mahayana Sangraha, was written by this layperson named Nisvabhava. Okay. Now, the part I wanted to go through, Word, is that he says the second from Shejar, and when I was reading it more carefully, what he's saying is Shejar gives 2 explanations about this question. So he's not talking about the second of the 6 categories. He's talking about the first explanation from Shejar and then the second explanation from Shejar, okay? So according to maybe Vasubandhu's text, and the first half of Shejar, 3 of these types of seeds are Shar Chung Tsam. Say Shar Chung Tsam. Shar Chung means incidental and not the main thing, okay? And we learned Shar Chung, it means on the way to the, if you go to the college from Rimrock, please go Sharla to Clark's grocery store and pick up a few things, okay? So Sharla means, by the way, it means not the main point, not the main point. So if we follow Sugang's great advice and we number the 6 correctly, then 1, 3, and 5. Seeds for outer things, seeds for karmically neutral things, which are neither enlightened or samsaric, and fake seeds for things that seem like they're outside, okay? Those 3 are not, they are only not very important, okay? Not the main thing, okay? They are not the main seeds. Shar-chung means they're just kind of secondary, they're like second team seeds, okay? they are Sharchung, some, okay? The second explanation in Shejar says that they are, it says they are Sharjung without the some. And it was never talking about number 2 of the 6 anyway, okay? So explanation number 2 in Shejar drops the some, okay? Without the some. So it just means they're secondary, but they're not unimportant, okay? They're not just secondary, okay? The first explanation from Shejar says that unclear means karmically neutral. And the 2 under discussion is inner and outer, seeds for inner and outer, okay? It doesn't relate to enlightened or samsaric, okay? And the second explanation from Shejar says, Kunshi itself think of seeds as modifications of foundation consciousness, okay? Everything you see, the things that are creating blue in your life is kunshi. And the blue in your life is kunshi, okay? Everything's kunshi. And kunshi's like a movie. Kunshi's playing the seeds and Kunshi's playing the results, okay? So, Kunshi creates, Kunshi is the seed and Kunshi is the blue. So when you look at blue coming from seeds you're just seeing Kunshi become Kunshi. You okay? You guys okay? Boy, it's quiet.
A different form of kunchi.
Yeah. Everything is kunshi. Cause and effect is kunshi. That's the point here, okay? Seeds themselves are kunshi. And everything that comes out of the seeds is also just kunshi. So it's like the left hand and the right hand of the same guy. All the seeds that create everything in the world are kunshi, and everything kunshi creates is also kunshi, okay? Therefore, these other divisions are like unimportant. 1, 3, and 5, outer, enlightened, sansaric, outer in the sense of fake, appears to be outer, they are all unimportant. The only real seeds are 2 and 4 and 6, okay? That's Shejar, okay? The only important seeds are the inner seeds, number 2, and the good and bad karma that plants seeds, number 4. And ultimate seeds, where what they produce is what they seem to be and not fake. Okay, so 1, 3, and 5 are not serious seeds. They're half-assed seeds. 2, 4, and 6 are real seeds. Okay, and that's what Shejar's saying. Okay, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. 4 is real, not just by the way, because it involves inner seeds. Okay, karma. Good karma and bad karma. 6 is it real because it's not creating a fake outer object. For example, it could be creating tomorrow's kunshi. Okay, so that's real. But 1, 3, and 5 are not so real. They're just kind of footnotes. Sharju means they're just footnotes. Okay, outer. Seeds for outer stuff, it doesn't really matter because it's not outer. Seeds for samsara and enlightenment, not so important. That's not good karma and bad karma. It's the result of good karma and bad karma. And number 5 is not so important because Those are fake seeds that are producing objects that everyone mistakes for being outside. So those three categories are incidental. They're not main. But 2 and 4 and 6 are important because those are the seeds that are creating the other things. Okay? You guys okay? It's awfully quiet.
Yeah, good.
Now I'll ask you a question word that came up in my mind really strong during this, while I was working this out. Is a seed gewa or migewa?
Unclear.
Now listen, it's a big question, and you got to think about it. A seed is planted by hurting someone or helping someone,
Yes.
by good karma and bad karma. But is the seed itself good or bad?
Lungmaten, neutral.
Yeah, good. Okay. All right. So can you divide seeds into virtue and non-virtue?
Not both of them.
Neither one. They are a result of good deeds and bad deeds. They are not good deeds and bad deeds. Okay, got it? They're always neutral. Stanley's text says that all karmic results are neutral. All karmic results are neutral.
Yeah.
They are not a good deed and they are not a bad deed. I have a house. It's a karmic result of doing something nice for somebody. It's not a karma. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
It came from a good karma. So, okay, good. Wow. So anyway, God, you could spend a few weeks on this stuff. This is really kind of amazing. Okay. All right, let's go on to the new part. Yay. I'm satisfied with the old part. By the way, the Golden Key author, what's he say on all this?
He says they're opinions of the lower schools, isn't he?
This is why Tsongkhapa's autumn commentary is longer than the Golden Key, because the Golden Key guy left all this stuff out.
Yeah.
He said, I don't get it. He just said, look, the two unclear ones are sansaric or enlightened, and good deeds and bad deeds. And then that's all he said. He didn't say anything about the rest of this stuff. And that's why we are
Torturing ourselves with another commentary.
That's why we're translating Tsongkhapa's auto commentary after we already finished the Golden Key, because the author of the Golden Key, he made an executive decision not to go too deep.
Well, he said he was writing a commentary that you could just read.
Yeah, and he didn't want to. The reason he wrote his commentary was to help translators in the mixed nuts do something about mind only for the first 4 years. Okay. All right, here we go. Please read. Who's checking you? Roxana Singh, are you there?
She's translating.
Oh, she just had a baby or something like that?
A
Grandbaby.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
They have Amelie's old back.
Yay.
I think.
Oh, nice.
That's the other virus. There's a second virus going around. Hola, are you translating?
Yes.
She's translating.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, Gibson, I know you're not translating. Check word, okay? Try to criticize him.
Okay.
Deketu Yang.
Heketu yang. Tekchen dip pale. Chidang nang tang mi selwa. Ni tang kunzub ni tang mi. Tampe tunde te takun. Sabanampa chu tu ndu.
Okay, nice. Now, Tsongkhapa says, look, let's go back to Mahayana Sangraha. Just remember where we started from. And here's the 6th from the Mahayana Sangraha. and I was giving you two commentaries to help you understand the six. You can read the verse word.
Should
I mean, translate it. Yeah.
inner and outer and unclear, to and deceptiveness, and ultimately,
Yeah.
those are all the seeds which we are professing are six.
Good. Yeah. Outer seeds, 1. 2 inner seeds. 3, 4, 2 unclear ones. 5, fake. 6, real. Those are the 6 kinds of karmic seeds in the foundation consciousness. Okay. Now, so Kappa throws in the next verse. Let's go look at it. And by the way, he doesn't even separate them, word.
Oh,
Okay.
you separate.
They're all connected.
Mm.
I separated them. Let's unseparate them. Okay. Then he's got 4 more lines. He throws in 4 more lines. I don't know. We're going to have to push this down. Okay. Now read the other 4 lines, please. Wait, word. Then?
Then
Please.
lung ma then go Jawa. Perfect, Allison. Then lung ma then go Jawa. Go RJ tang jelwa tang. Go che tele shen tu min. Teni pakchak. Teni to.
Okay, now he's quoting the Mahayana Sangraha. He's finished with the 6 kind of seeds. He throws in another verse, which is not even the next verse, and he doesn't separate them. Okay, he's got 4 lines from someplace, then he takes 4 lines from someplace else, and they have nothing to do with the 6 kind of seeds. Why is he doing that? Okay, like what's Tsongkhapa doing? You ready, word?
Yeah, it's later.
Look at this.
It's later.
Look at this. Yeah, look at this verse carefully. Ten lungma ten gocha. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna take you to another, as word so astutely understands. Guess where we are now?
It's the jasmine thing.
Yeah, we're in the description of the kunshi, not the seeds.
Mhm.
Okay, got it. We just skipped to Word's first book, and we're looking at that verse. First of all, we can say that there's been some plagiarism. Why, Word?
Because the lines are the same.
Most of this verse is stolen from Asanga directly.
Okay. Jason Kappa.
Ten lung ma ten go jawa. Okay, it's exactly the same. Goa chedan dewadam. Exactly the same. These first 2 lines were directly stolen from the Mahayana Sangraha. Okay, and what you're going to realize as we go through his auto commentary, he confesses it. He says, look, I just chopped this out and put it in my text. Okay, got it? Now, what's frustrating, Word, is that we're supposed to be in a discussion of the 4 ways of
Seeds.
dividing up
Fighting
seeds.
seeds.
And now he goes to Kunshi.
Well, Geshe-la, did you notice the homework you gave me?
Why?
He doesn't say you may ask what are the ways to divide seeds. He says you may ask what are the ways to divide the kunshi.
Oh, now, Word,
Yes.
I got a debate for you.
Okay, here we go. I know that. I know the question.
Back where he had the 4 divisions that you were quizzing Stanley on or somebody.
Yeah.
At that point, he said, I'm going to tell you the number of seeds.
Mm-hmm.
Then he finished the 6.
Yep.
Then he says, by the way, Kunshi has 3 divisions.
Yep.
Kunshi is divided into 3. Okay. Here's the conversation. Hey, Word, how you doing?
Good.
You want to know how many seeds are in the kunshi?
Kind of.
Yeah, well, there's 4 divisions. There's 6, there's 3, and then there's 2 sets of 4. Are you good with that?
Sounds good.
Okay, let me give you the 6. Those are outer, inner, 2 unclears, 1 fake, 1 real. You comfortable?
That's 6.
Okay, now let's go to kunshi and divide the kunshi into 3.
Wait,
Okay.
what?
No, it's that weird. It's that weird. Okay. You should be asking, what? You promised us to tell us the different kind of seeds in the world. And you said there's 4 different ways to split them up. And you finished the 6th. And then suddenly you say, and there's 3 kinds of kunshi. What? Okay, got it?
I noticed.
Yeah. And then before that, you have this part about the kunshi that comes later that has nothing to do with the seeds or the divisions of kunshi. Okay. So just to make our audience happy, Word, and just so they feel like they understand something from today's class, let's go through the verse that Tsongkhapa puts in here. We don't know why yet, okay? And it says, hey, you want to know what it is? Explain this verse, basically, Word, okay? Explain this verse for us. Yay, I'm taking a break. Grandpa's taking a break.
Okay, so this verse is all about the quality of the kunshi, the foundation consciousness. What does it have to be like to be a foundation of consciousness? And the word that gets used quite often to describe it or what it does is a go. And go means it means to smear something. So she here is just like kunshi, and we call it smearable place when we're not being technical. And that's like a canvas or something. Like you can smear paint on a canvas, right? But you can't smear it in the wind. You wouldn't make a good painting, right? So in that case, the smearable place, the place where you smear or put the seeds, if you will, has to be firm. And that's Britain, B-R-T-A-N. Meaning, if it was like the wind or sound or something, you wouldn't be able to put anything on it. It wouldn't last. It wouldn't work. And then next, you have what does the smearing? And so we have Gowarje. That's the smearer. And how are they connected? Because it makes sense that you have to determine all those things because that's how a seed gets planted. And then we're wondering about how the foundation consciousness works, and it's all about seeds. So how do your actions go into foundation consciousness to become your reality? And how is it a place that is good for that, unlike other things like the 5 consciousnesses or the mental functions or the 7th consciousness?
Okay, cool. Yeah, this verse is describing the necessary characteristics for the refrigerator, okay? First of all, it's solid. It also has to be solid over time, right? Like if it doesn't continue on from past to present to future, you can't plant seeds there. So it has to be solid in some way. It has to be karmically neutral. If the foundation consciousness is already a good deed or a bad deed, it's not going to take different kinds of seeds. It's going to infect them. Thirdly, it should be something kind of like clay where you can put an imprint, okay? It can't be unimprintable. Fourthly, it has to be connected to the good deeds and bad deeds that plant seeds. Otherwise, you would just do a good deed and a bad deed and it would show up on another planet or something. It has to be connected somehow to your actions. And then lastly, it can't be it has to be the only place you can plant your seeds, and there shouldn't be any other place you can plant your seeds, like in your toe or something like that. Okay. Now, why did Tsongkhapa repeat that verse in the middle of discussing 6 kinds of seeds? Okay. That's our big question today. I know you're all burning to know why. Let's go back to our real text. Here it is, okay? By the way, the Tengyur has an incredible mistake here. You want to tell me why, word? It says BRTEN.
That means something completely different, and it also could be something that is relevant to us, because Brit 10 with an E means the thing which supports or supported, and that is part of our kunshi too.
Yeah, it's a reasonable mistake, but it's a very serious mistake. So the Tengyur is wrong, okay? Then, and then here's the other parts that Tsongkhapa stole, okay? And then it goes off on something else, okay? Word, does it make sense if I say to you, the kunshi shouldn't be different from the seeds that make imprints on it, or what puts an imprint? It shouldn't be different.
Different in what sense? It shouldn't be.
Shendumin here. Okay. Oh well, I say it shouldn't be unrelated from the action which puts the seed in the mind. The foundation consciousness should not be isolated from the good karma or the bad karma that plants the seed. They have to have some kind of relationship.
Yeah, Dangjel, right?
Yeah, Dangjel, exactly. Yeah. And that's what you call a real seed. Okay? That's a real seed. Okay? Senyi here doesn't mean definition.
Oh,
it means that's a real seed. Okay? You want to know what a seed is? That's a real seed. Okay? Where something you can plant in this place is a real seed. Now it relates to what we're talking about, which is a different kind of seeds. Okay?
Yeah, that's our punchline, because then it's
a discussion of the seeds. Yeah. Then it's a discussion of the seeds. Yeah. Yay. All right. Let's go to the next one.
Woohoo, next one.
Okay. Now, this is the part where we divide the seeds into
3.
Yes. Okay. Please. This is the one you translated, right?
Yeah, we skipped one little line, Geshe. Do you want to? It's just the intro to this part. I don't know.
Oh, I'm gonna do the division into 3. Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. And is this the line you translated? I don't remember.
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, why does this line bother you and me?
It doesn't anymore. It did.
No, but why should it bother somebody?
Well, because of our fake conversation earlier, it seems like a non sequitur. Jason Kappa starts talking about, okay, I'm gonna tell you all about seeds. 6, 3, 4, and 4. And we got all excited about that. And he gives us 6, and then he's like, oh, by the way, kunshi. And you're like, what, Jason Kappa?
Good. Perfect comment. Perfect comment. He's supposed to be dividing seeds into 3, and he starts his sentence by saying, hey, you guys, do you know that kunshi has 3 different types? And then you're like, wait a minute, you were supposed to tell us the 3 seeds, okay? All right. And by the way, word, this sentence is a quotation.
Oh yeah, I saw it. I looked ahead for my translation.
Oh, okay, good. and therefore we can excuse Tsongkhapa. Okay, he wanted to use a quotation, and the quotation was the different kinds of foundation consciousness. But he's going to use that quotation to make three kinds of seeds. Okay,
Genla,
cool. Yeah.
I was struggling with how to translate Tawar Jao. What's
Oh, it's just an artificial way of saying there's three and four. Okay, you should view. Usually they use shaper jaw.
okay.
You know, you should understand there's three and there's four. But now he says, you should see that there's three and there's four. Yeah, good. It's a good question. It's a very good question.
I started with you should, and then and then I used it more literally, but I wasn't sure.
It's kind of a weak imperative, like you can view the divisions as three or four. Okay. The divisions can be viewed as three or four. That's all.
I like that.
Okay. Yeah. Good question.
Passive language.
I like this. I like this translation exercise you guys are doing. Okay, here we go. We're on to the three.
Woohoo,
Who's
finally.
checking you?
I did this one. I did this too, Kenla.
He did
Oh,
this.
you did this one too. I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna just say it quickly.
Okay.
Dela bacha number sungi cheraki number sumte. The kunshi can be divided into three parts because the seeds can be divided into three parts. Got it, word? Okay. Because the seeds can be divided into three parts, the kunchi can be divided into three parts, and it's just an excuse to talk about the three kinds of seeds. Okay. Well, what's the first one? Well, there's seeds for expression. Do you want to describe those words? Do you remember how we described them? For beginningless time.
Yeah, I remember. And that's why I use mental verbalizations, because I'm trying to stay consistent with our previous translations.
Yeah, and I'm gonna ask you to answer a question.
Okay.
I understand that according to your mind-only school, when I see a microphone in front of me right now, I understand that I'm actually looking at part of my mind. I understand that. But why do I have this strong feeling that it's 1 meter away?
Oh.
What caused that?
Oh, we talked about gangche.
Yeah, why does it feel like it's out there? You mind only guys, you know, you sound sexy. I like your school, but isn't it the fact that it feels like those things are outside 1 meter away?
Yeah.
Where does that come? Where does the 1 meter feeling come from?
Well, you see, Geshe Michael, it comes from infinite lifetimes of seeing things that way. So you should buy our newsletter.
Yeah, and by the way, you can say infinite lifetimes of talking about it that way. Okay, and that's Munju. Okay, that's the connection here. Okay, infinite lifetimes of saying it's out there, it begins to feel like it's out there. Therefore, that seed is called a saying seed. A saying seed. Okay, got it?
Yep.
That's the first of the three seeds here. It's a saying seed. Why? We've talked about it as outside for billions of lifetimes until now it feels like it's outside. Okay. All right. What's the second seed here?
Wrong view of yourself.
Now, I want to say something about this one, okay?
Yep.
Does it mean self in the sense of Michael? Only if we're talking about Word and Michael, okay? So Michael and Word are on the call together today. They're talking to each other. People are listening. When I say, Geshe, during this conversation, you're having a trouble with viewing self-existence, then is it restricted to Michael or does it spread to Word also?
I think in this case, it's all things, wouldn't it be?
Yeah, it's all things. It's people and things, right? Those are two divisions.
Takdang.
So A, it's Word, Michael, and everybody else on the call. And then it's all the things around us, okay? When you say you have a problem, what? You're seeing things as having a self. It doesn't mean self and other, okay? Got it?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean Michael as opposed to Word. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
The problem I'm having during this conversation spreads to Word, spreads to Michael, spreads to the computer, spreads to the tree in front of me, spreads to my house. We're not talking about myself. We're talking about the feeling that things are themselves. I got it? Okay.
Yeah.
Just
Like,
keep that in mind.
I would say own, like exist on their own. Like,
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Having some self nature. Yeah. And not coming from me. That's the point. Yeah. Coming from their own side. Okay. Okay. It's not the self of me and you. That's not what it is. Okay. Right?
right.
It's not me and you. It's all the me's in the world. Okay. All right. And what's the third kind of seed?
There's a couple ways we translated this. Links of suffering life.
Yeah, good. Generally speaking, when we say Sipe Yenlak, we're going to think Sugeng's first book. We're not going to say he has a second book yet because he doesn't have a second book yet. He has to prove himself. Yes, he has to get through Vasubandhu's. I think we're doing Vasubandhu's biography. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, so those are the three, and it's a quotation. And here's where it comes from. It's directly from Mahayana Sangraha. Okay. Let's keep going. Okay.
Okay.
One more
Nick, can you check him? He's going to read quickly.
Hela pakchak tangpo ni kunshi tengi sabin sokne namkengi parki chunamki mingtang tsen me namparnjong shing dorna tane natok ndok be yishe ki yuikeno.
Okay. What's the first kind of seed in the division of three? It's called seed for calling things things. Okay. The seed for calling things things. Okay. And that's going to be the first of our three seeds. And here it is, name. It gives names to everything in the universe. It thinks about things as having qualities. To put it briefly, we can say it is the cause which triggers your mind to give names to everything in your world. Okay. And we're gonna say we stop before that. Okay. But we're gonna do it more. You want to try to translate this sentence?
Yeah. I mean, I'll do this one and the next one because that one we just did. And
Yeah, we kind of did this one. Let me see what the next one feels like. I want you to do the next two, okay? Dila Tripa, Ngunchuki Bakchak, okay? Those three sentences, okay? You got it? Dila Bakchak, Ngunchu, and Dila Trip, okay? Got it?
Yeah. What's Mick Mick?
So this, which one?
Mick.
Mick Mick. We had that before. Mick Mick Suk Suk.
By the way, today we had two famous. We had two of them today. We had. Dang, what was that? Miche.
Oh, yeah.
What was that? Miche.
Miche.
Pooh. Miche.
Don't do
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Son.
Oh, right.
My son.
Yeah, don't do
Don't
that.
throw
Hey,
that
don't
Don't do
chocolate.
that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Give up your bodhicitta.
Yeah. Now I know that Nick never has to repeat a "don't do that" with Amelie, but I'm just,
All day long.
Okay. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I gotta go work in the garden or my wife's gonna kill me.
Thank you, Geshe Michael.
I love you. I'll see you guys.
Thank you, Geshe Michael.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, translators. Thank you.
This is so much
Team
fun.
Hotel.
Let's do it forever.
Yeah. Deep in the confusion. By the way,
you.
what does Geshe Michael always say? If you understand it,
You don't come.
Don't come.
Don't come back.
you're not learning anything. If you already understand it, don't come here. Okay? If you don't understand what we talked about, especially in words text, then then you're learning something. And that's the whole idea. All right, I'll see you guys later.
晚安.
谢谢，
晚安。
晚安。
Stick around for Q&A